Mic 4. Cardioid toner. USB microphone. Oh, it comes with that. Podcast 2. Delicate voice. User-friendly operation. Increase or reduce volume by 5%. Off mic blue light is off. Oh. Condenser computer card mic for podcast game. Bro, this is, I like this. Let me look on Best Buy. Oh, I need to start the queue. Yeah. Probably important. Let's go on Best Buy. Fresnel. Elements website. Search Best Buy. See Boost Nova microphone. It's just what I want to look up. Boost Nova microphone, that's all. Direction. Literally such a nice one. Silly slave. And on Hitbox, Boonerd. Oh, we're playing on Chalet, bro. FML, bro. Nobody uses Blitz, bro. It's the middle of the season. Don't back up. And it's the omnidirectional one, the one that I sent you. It's the omnidirectional one. We're attacking first. Ooh, Ella. Alright. It's time to go. So, for one of the things when you start playing this game, is you want to pay attention to the attachments that you put on your gun, right? So, if you want to be able to see clearly from a medium to far range, then you're going to want an ACOG. This is a 2.5 scope. This is 2.5 times zoom. And hold on. No, get out of here, Adrian. Bruh. But if you want to just take close-up engagements, then you're gonna want holographic or reflex. Never take red dot. Red dot is garbage. Never use it on any gun ever. That's something that just don't. It's so bad. And then the barrel. I just use compensator on almost every single gun because it stabilizes the sideways recoil over time, and I like that. I don't like sideways recoil. I do love you, but that's not. This isn't. No, just stop. Also, and then there's flash hider and muzzle brake and suppressor. You're most likely never gonna want to use just because it's useless. I mean, it makes your gun sound nice, but I'm so bad at this game. I'm just. I just got wallbang. Okay. Oh my gosh. I hate this map so much. It's so fucking terrible. It's impossible to play, like, as an attacker or defender. Like, if you don't attack one specific way, then you lose. If you don't defend one specific way, then you lose. It's so horrible. Anyways, back to the attachments. So you got compensator that reduces the sideways recoil and recoil over time when you like spraying. And then you have the flash hider, which is burst recoil, which reduces. It's what it says in the description of the actual attachment in the game isn't exactly what it is. So when it says it's only for burst, it's not only for burst, right? Flash hider just reduces the overall recoil, like a little bit of everything. Muzzle brake is for if you want a one tap. It's one bullet, one bullet reduction, and it does actually. All of them do what they do, but they also do more, right? So muzzle brake reduces the recoil of if you were to just shoot one bullet, and then if you were to spray. This one's it's complicated because it slightly reduces the amount of recoil for the first bullet, even if you spray more. And then the suppressor, which does nothing, just makes your gun quieter and reduces your damage, which is bad. And there's vertical or angled grip. I don't ever use laser, just because I don't ever hip fire, so it's not useful. Sorry, that's not a grip. I was just going back because I forgot about laser sight. So there's laser sight. I never use it just because I never hip fire. It increases your hip fire accuracy, and I don't ever hip fire. So, and it can very easily give away your position. So I don't use it. I'm talking to, I think Marco's watching, and if Marco's watching, then I'm talking to him. He's learning the game. And then you have the grips right here. You can tell I have an angled grip. I don't think you can tell if you don't know, but you know, right there, you see it's angled. My grip is angled. Bruh. Because I want to be able to aim down my sights faster. Angled grip increases your aim down sight speed but also reduces your recoil by a little bit. Vertical grip does not change your ADS speed at all. It keeps it the same, but it reduces recoil by a lot. So depends on what you want to go for. I want to go for ADS speed. I like how the pulses above. Bruh. Also, always join yourself in. I'm dumb for not joining myself in right now. I'm just kind of running in there. I hate you. I hate you so much. I slapped that doc. You can tell he's cheating. He's using a macro because his fire rate is increased from what it would normally be. So he's blatantly cheating. I don't know what, like, using a macro is cheating. He's using macro. And he drop shotted me, bro. Get out of here. You're so bad at the game. There's a Valk cam up here. So I have 30 seconds. What I'm gonna do is just try to kill people once. Well, my teammates are completely useless. Are you kidding me, bro? Lesion mines. I hate lesion mines. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. I don't care if you disagree because you're wrong. I'm not even gonna, like, there's no, like, it's literally just yours is wrong, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Lesion is overpowered. He has too many abilities, or his ability just does too many things. So he has invisible traps. He gets 8 of them per round that regen over time. Every 30 seconds he gets a new one, up to 8. And if he dies, they still apply on the map, by the way. And if he dies, you know, but basically he throws them on the ground. They're tiny little things that are like a few square inches. Like, they're really small, so they're hard to shoot, hard to spot. They're invisible, you know, cloaked. They're not completely invisible, but they're very hard to spot if you know, if you're just using your bare eye. There's only one person that can see them electronically, and that's IQ, because she sees electronics. They do 10 damage every time you step on one. It does 10 initial damage, and then an extra 4 damage every, I believe, 6 or 7 seconds that you don't pull it out. And you need to spend, I think it's 3 seconds to pull it out. Otherwise, you take that 4 damage every few seconds, and then you can't, and you also cannot sprint. It's ridiculous, bro. Like what you saw there. I was at 30 health. He just put 3 on the. I was at like 20 something health. He put 3 on the doorway. I stepped on all 3. Got downed. Just, they're nerfing him though. At least they said they were. They said that a while ago. And that's. They're nerfing him in a small way. They're taking away the 10 initial damage, so when you step on them, they don't do any initial damage. They just do 4 every few seconds, like they currently do. But you still won't be able to sprint. But the reason they're overpowered is because all those things are very important. The fact that they do damage, the fact that you have to pull them out, you spend seconds to pull them out, and you can't do anything else while you're pulling it out, so there's an animation. And the fact that it keeps you from sprinting, it does damage over time. You have to spend time, you know, take time to pull it out where you're completely vulnerable. You can't move, nothing. And then also, the biggest one, arguably, is the fact that it gives the enemies information. If you step on a goo mine, they know where the goo mines are. Like, at the very least, Lesion himself does, because he placed them down. He can call out to his team, hey, there's, you know, someone stepped on a Lesion mine over here.
Are you kidding me, bro? Me aiming down my sights made it hit the bar in front of me. I hate this game sometimes, bro. That's so stupid. Aiming down my sights on my lifeline made it... Okay, I can't do anything. There's literally like... That's my fault, though. I shouldn't have solo queued. Regardless of that, completely, I'm not blaming the game or anything, but I'm just to go on a separate subject. Real quick, the reason I died was my fault completely. I'm not blaming the game at all. However, on a separate note, the map pool and rank needs to be changed. Like, ow. Like, it's so horrible. It's shitty. It's, like, god-awful. There's, like, 14 maps in the rank, I believe, or 11, something like that. And they're just horrible. Like, there should be 7. The 7 that are in Pro League should be the only ones that are in ranked. And even then, one of them that's in Pro League is just still god-awful because it's like 80% defender-sided. This isn't even a defender-sided map. This map is attacker-sided, and we're still fucking losing. A macro is a device... Okay, so... A macro is basically a device or programming system, depending on what it is. You know, there's device ones and there's programming system ones that mods your controller and mods the game so that you can do a number of things like reduce recoil on your gun, shoot faster, stuff like that. Most macros, the most common ones that macros do is reduce recoil, so you have literally 0 recoil. Like, the mod that you have on your controller or your mouse and key or whatever on your game will take care of the recoil for you. There's absolutely none. And then they also, these are just the most common ones, will also increase the fire rate on your gun. So you do more damage because your gun shoots faster. And it's literally like you have a on the console it's a strike pack, or at least on PS4 it's a strike pack. It's a device that you connect to your controller. It mods the controller, which mods the game. It's indirectly hacking the game. It's treading the line of being a felony. You know, it's almost illegal. I don't know. It might actually be illegal. I don't know, because DDoSing is illegal. It's a felony. You're hacking a public server. That's illegal. Macros is changing the coding on a game that is like privately owned. So I guess that could be considered like hacking. You know, you're literally hacking, which is illegal. I don't know. I don't know the lawful specifics on it, but basically it's a scumbag move. It's cheating, and it actually is cheating. Like, that's not a debate. Like, it's literally like like PS4 doesn't support, like Sony doesn't support it, PC doesn't support it, Microsoft doesn't, and some people will claim. If you ever hear someone, I'm so bad at this game. I just need to quit. I can't even shoot a drone. If you ever hear somebody say macro's not cheating, just tell them they're retarded, because it's never not cheating. I'm just so bad at this game, bro. I'm actually so fucking... Valk, what are you doing? Okay, whatever. Look at this. This Valk is a bot. Just quick pick her and shoot her, bro. What are you waiting for? You're literally... Okay, you just killed yourself. You just got yourself killed. Congratulations. Okay. I mean, I potatoed on the Ash, that's my fault, but... Bruh. Why you gotta get yourself killed like that? Just have a brain. It's not that hard. Oh my lordy loot, this is hard to watch.
lost the game. Please just die. Just die already. Just if you're not gonna do something down, just kill yourself. I'm not being serious, by the way. Just being an idiot, Nancy. It's actually so frustrating, though. The fact that I potatoed on that Ash. I'm supposed to be good. Ooh. That, like, it's okay, so this season it's the worst that I've ever seen, ever. Like, in my 2.5, close to 3 years of playing Siege. This season is the worst I've ever seen in terms of stupid people. Like, I'm Plat 2. Can exist on PC, but it's a bit different. I don't think it's illegal because the controller thing, as far as I know. So. Game server. It's not a server thing. It's a coding thing. So, it has nothing to do with the server itself. It has to do with the actual coding of the game itself. So, in order to in order to increase the fire rate of your gun, you have to change the coding of the game, because changing the coding inside the controller does not change the coding of the game. So you can shoot super fucking fast on your controller. Think of it this way, okay? If you take a pistol without a macro, nothing, just a regular controller, you get on Siege, pull out a pistol, and you shoot the right trigger as fast as you fucking can. The pistol may, and this is just an example, these numbers are I'm just pulling them out of my ass. Let's say you can shoot 20 times per second. Like, your finger is capable of pulling the trigger on a controller 20 times per second, which is fucking fast, but let's just, we're just pulling the numbers out of our ass. The game will not let you shoot. In different games it varies, but Siege is one of the more strict ones on this. The game will not let you shoot more than, let's say, 15 bullets per second on a semi-auto weapon. Right? Siege specifically, and what I mean by Siege is strict by these, is in Siege, you can't shoot a pistol. You physically cannot shoot a pistol as fast as you can shoot a pistol in Call of Duty, per se, because they cap it at a slower rate. They slow it down because they don't want pistols to be broken. Right? Anyways, if you're to going back, right? If you're to shoot the pistol 15 times per, you're pulling the trigger 20 times per second, but the game caps it at 15. So while you're pulling the trigger faster than 15 times per second, there's still only 15 bullets coming out of that pistol within 1 second, right? What a macro does is it changes the controller, or it may change. I could be wrong on this. I'm just saying I could be wrong. This is just my understanding. In order to make what a macro does is it would, and if it was just the controller, yeah, there is a cap on semi-autos and on fully autos. The fully autos, the cap is, it's just a set. Like, you can't slow it down or speed it up. But if you were to plug in the macro, or the strike pack, what it does, and this is just my understanding, again, I could be wrong, it mods the controller, which mods the game, which makes it to where that cap no longer exists, or at least is not as slow. Yeah, no, there's a cap, especially on Siege. There's a huge, there's a fucking huge cap. I'll literally, let me just, I actually want to see for myself what the cap is. So, if you go back to my old Black Ops 2 days, and even Modern Warfare, because I've played that a little bit recently, I can shoot a pistol really fucking fast. Just because I have a fast trigger finger. Trigger finger is what they call it, so it's self-explanatory. How fast you can pull the trigger with your finger. We'll just go with this pistol, because it has 21 bullets in it. I don't know if the different pistols are different, but we're just going to grab this one anyways, because just some standard 21, it has a lot of bullets in it, so I can just keep going. But yeah, I can hop on Call of Duty and
grab a pistol and shoot it faster in Modern Warfare than I can right here, watch. That's not fast at all. If it was, let me see if the AR, because this assault rifle shoots at, I think, 840 or 830 bullets per second. So let me see if I can. Alright. Yeah, no, see, it's, you can't shoot it that fast. I can guarantee you, 100%, I'm pulling the trigger faster than that. But there's a cap to the semi-auto in this game. So that they can avoid cheating, you know. Call of Duty doesn't care about cheating as much, so the cap isn't strict. Also, they want... Did I really just miss every single bullet on this dude? So many people, I'm hearing so many sounds. One second, Bubs. Bruh. I hate you. It's not even out here. I've put myself in this easy situation. My aim is just horrible right now. I need this. There's another one. Only 3? Usually only 3, but I thought there was 4 this time. No, bro. I hate you so much, I hate you so much. I hate you so much, I hate you, I hate you. I was trying to flick on his head and I kept missing. I think that was the last dude too. I think there's only 22 people in hard terrorist. I need to actually do this anyways, because my aim is awful right now. I'm gonna be doing a shit ton of terrorist hunt when I build my PC, which I hate to say it, but it might need to wait because I need to fix my car. I might need to fix my car like soon, but it might be able to wait, you know. If it can wait until later, then I'll build my PC now. But if it can't, then I'll have my PC. I'll have to wait. If I'm lucky, I can do both, depending on the price. Depending on the price of, you know, because I might need to take it to like an actual shop. I didn't realize that there was one on each side. Okay, he just got there, that makes sense. Bro, that was a clean 180 on the first one though, holy shit. I literally looked at the door on the outside, complete 180. Damn, that was, I want to go back, hold on, I don't want to go back and watch that on my phone, let me see. I might need to get the oil pan gasket replaced. Let me see. Let me see. I want to watch this 180. That was clean. Hold on, I'm rewatching it, sorry. It's actually such a clean 180, bro. Just... And like I looked directly at him. Like it wasn't like a correction thing or anything. Oh, that might be... Okay, I just noticed something watching back through my stream. No, I'm not narcissistic. Fuck you. I might not have compensator on that gun at the moment. Buck's gun has a lot of sideways recoil, so Buck's gun just has a lot of recoil in general, but especially a lot of sideways recoil. The reason it has a lot of okay, yeah, I have flash hider on it. There we go. This is gonna make a huge difference. Hopefully. Oh, I don't have the. Oh, I have a rubber ducky charm on my other account. Let me see this. This is gonna be way better. Oh my gosh. I thought it felt like it had a lot of sideways recoil. I need to get better at this. Oh, that's so much better, bro. Vertical too. Back up away from my shotgun. Oh. Pre-fired where I meant to pre-fire. I was just wrong as to what it was. There you go. Alright, that's much better. hate you. There's no one here. They're in the room. Oh, there's... Look at that. No recoil. Recoil control. Recoil control. Get behind the shield here while I... Actually, you know what? 2 clips, 61 bullets for 9 enemies. I can do that. Oh, you're standing up now. I see how it is. Oh, that was clean. Getting super close. I'm consistent, that's a good thing. Ooh. I'm hacking, guys. Oh, oh. There's one left. What we're gonna do is we're gonna... Oh! I shot 2 bullets on accident, but oh well. This is extremely hard to do with the controller. Like, you do not understand how hard that is to do with the controller. I'm lucky I know my sensitivity very well. We're gonna keep going with Terrace and just chilling, bro. It's 10:30? Alright, not bad. Watch some more Critical Role, and then wake up early and do some prep. Random. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? Nah, we're gonna keep the ACOG. Also, Twitch's gun does not have a lot of sideways recoil. Like, not much at all. Like, some, just a very wee bit. One of the least out of all the guns in the game. Yeah, I still run Compensator, because with Compensator, it has even less sideways recoil. I'd rather the gun be like this. Look at that. That's a laser, bro. This arrow's close, but still. And I can control it better than that. I just haven't used the gun in a while, so a few rounds of Terrace I'll be better at it. Bro, fuck you. Fuck you. Ooh, a shot. I flucked past him. I hate you so much. Holy balls. I used to be actually really bad with pistols. No, SPAD. People say this gun has a lot of recoil. It has a lot of burst, but that's easy to control. He's pushing me. No, he's not. Alright. Don't you dare do this to me, bro. I hate you so much. I didn't see the flashbang. Bro, fucking hell. Seven. I can use this 7 times? Jeez. How many times does someone use this? I barely even use it once. Alright. There's so many shields and so many reinforced walls. I really do hate it. Why not put it here? Why not put it there? Oh! Oh, hold on, just give me 1 second. I need to just recuperate. Readjust. Okay. Holy balls. Hey, you know how, like, one of the things that makes people good operators is knowing when, what situation and when they should use their gadget? Yes. Do you want me to talk about that? I can talk about that if you would like. It's the easiest out of the OG ones. Out of the OG ones, you know what's funny? It popped up in my head. Before I even read the OG ones, out of the OG ones, there's a phrase people say called Ash Jaeger main. It's an actual, like, quote unquote phrase, I guess you could say. Ash is the easiest, one of the easiest. It says she's 2 difficulty, but really she's not. She's one of the easiest operators to get to know their gadget and know when to use it, because she's so simple. Sledge is another one, but he's a little more complicated than Ash, slightly. So her gadget is she has this breaching round. She has 2 of them. You shoot at something, it blows up, makes a hole. I mean, you can't destroy this specifically, but usually it makes a hole, right? She also has drones, regular drones like everyone else. There's only one person that has special drones, and that's Twitch, the girl I was just using. That's her gadget. She has special drones that can shock things, but they can't jump. And on top of that, she has flashbangs, or breach charges. She has this gun, which I use. There's another gun, but I'll talk about that in this. And I'll just kill these people real quick, or die over there, and then I'll pull out the other gun so I can show you her guns, because you might want to get to know her just a little bit if you're going to be using her. This is one of the best guns in the game. It has a high fire rate, low recoil. It used to have ACOG on it. It does not even have the option to have ACOG on it anymore. So don't even worry about that. Yes. I'm even overcompensating for shooting at their feet, bro. I hate you so much. There's another one? Jeez, really? Bro, I hate you so much. Bro, I keep hearing someone over here. I think they're pushing me, but they're not. Oh, now they are. Holy balls, that scared the fuck out of me, bro. I hate you so much. Stop moving. Alright. This gun. Right, so this is how Astro's works. She has 2 of them. You shoot them at things. Here, I'll shoot at this wall. And they make a oval-like bowl. Roughly that shape. Every time. Yeah, that's basically it. They get caught by ADSs. Almost all projectiles get caught by ADSs. Like throwables, like flashbangs, grenades, smokes, you know, all those Ash charges, Zofia charges, you know, all those good stuff. And then outside of her gadget, the reason she's so simple to learn is because outside of her gadget, she has really nothing to do. Her job is to kill people. She's a fragging operator. She has those 2 Ash charges, either breach charges or flashbangs that you can bring, and then that's it. No more utility than that, which means if you're going Ash, your team is not really going to expect much from you, and it's very easy to get to know when to use her gadget, because if you want a hole, you make it. That's pretty much when you want to use her gadgets, when you want a hole. See, let me just explain the thought process, what I did right there, because that's just, you know, simple moment to teach a simple lesson that a lot of people don't understand. So obviously, in this game, you don't want to expose yourself to 50 different angles at the same time, because then you get shot from 50 different angles at the same time. I heard this dude coming from behind me, and that's just up to having a good headset and hearing, right? I heard him coming from, I was looking this way, I heard steps behind me, so I was like, oh, there's a dude coming up behind me, right? I knew there was still a dude in there, just from, I've played Terrorist so many times, there's 3 people in there. I only killed 2, which means there's 1 more in there, right? And then obviously I hear people over there as well, and I know that there's people over there. Shut up. Stop. Alright. I heard this dude coming. I'm on 5 health, so I gotta move. I can't just take any bullets. 1 shot and I'm dead, right? So if I stay here, this dude might pre-fire me. Like, they're only terrorists, but you know, you gotta think like this in actual games too. This dude might pre-fire me if he knows I'm here, which terrorists always do. So I decided I can either take this gunfight where there's multiple enemies, or I can take this gunfight where there's 1 enemy, or I can take this gunfight where there's a dude coming up, and he's probably gonna, not only does he have, he's above me, so he has the advantage, but he is also most likely going to pre-fire me, and I'm out of ammo. So I pushed him, and I pushed that dude. I pushed him, right? So I went up to him. I went up to him, and I shot him. Right, that's what push means. For the most part, under any normal circumstances, push, when someone says push him, it means go to them and shoot them. And then I took care of the dude though, the other dude that had a line of sight onto me, which was the one behind the little desk. And then I went to the dude on the stairs because he was gonna take the longest to shoot at me. So what you want to do, if you're in a sticky situation where there's multiple people shooting at you at the same time, or there's a potential for multiple people to shoot at you at the same time, you want to eliminate the easiest or closest enemy. Usually the closest is the easiest. Right?
So in that case, this is her other gun, by the way. Oh, I should have brought breach charges. Fuck. Anyways, this is her other gun. It's a G36C. The only reason you ever want to take this gun over the other one, just because it's worse in terms of fire rate and damage per bullet, which means it's worse DPS. It does less. It kills people slower than the other one does. The only reason you might want to bring this one is if you want to ADS faster, because you have angled grip, or the option to have angled grip. You want the ACOG, because the other gun no longer has ACOG on it. Or you're new, and you want less recoil, because the other one, well actually, because it depends. If you're going to run ACOG on this gun, it has more recoil than holographic on the other one, just because ACOG is more zoomed in, so you feel the recoil more. Same amount of recoil as if you were to have a holographic, but it feels like more because you have an ACOG, because you zoomed in, right? So if you're gonna run ACOG on this one, but you want less, if you're prioritizing less recoil, use the other one, unless you don't want to use ACOG on this one. If you want to run holographic or reflex on this one, then go ahead. That's really just for the angled grip and less recoil at this point. But when you get good and use the recoil, then the only reason you're gonna want this gun over the other one is for the ACOG and angled grip. The recoil, once you've already got recoil in this game and can control recoil fine, recoil is not an issue. See why ACOG's good? Because I can see them clearly. Oh, yo, what? How did I die so fast? Was I already low? I wasn't paying attention. Did he headshot me? I didn't know terrorists could headshot you, bro. I don't know. I must have already been shot a few times. I wasn't paying attention. I know I was shot once, but jeez. Anyways. Whatchamacallit? Oh, I'll bring out Sledge. So, back to the thing for the multiple angles. If you're being shot from multiple angles, you want to eliminate the angles. That means either killing the people that could potentially shoot at you or are in the middle of shooting at you, or just not exposing yourself to those angles. What I did in that situation, and you have to do both eventually, I'm just saying in the immediate circumstance, either immediately cut off angles or immediately, shoot them, right? I like the most efficient way to do that is to do both. It's best to do both. So what I did was with the dude coming down, I'm still talking about two rounds ago, the dude coming down the stairs, I didn't want to expose myself to him at all. So I ran over, or the other dude that was behind the little bookshelf. So what I did was I went over, I'll give you a visual, I'll go over there so I can show you, so you don't, because you don't know the map as well as I do, which means you might not be able to picture it as well as I do. So what happened is, alright, chill. This gun has absolutely no recoil anymore. Basically, I was standing right here, heard the dude coming from right here while so I ran over here. That dude can no longer see me unless he comes all the way down the stairs, which he was going to take forever to do. So I stalled that angle, right? And now I'm over here by this big thingy, by this machine, which means that this dude that would be normally right there can't see me directly, right? He can't see me, which means even if he knows I'm here, he's gonna have a hard time shooting me through two walls, or at least through one if he were to move over here, right? And then I took the gunfight against this dude, right?
kill him, right? And then I come over here. This dude, I knew he was gonna take forever, so he's still not down the stairs. And, you know, whatever, right? So I just decided, this was, you know, I could have done either or, but I decided, let me just shoot this dude so that I have more free room over here. Because all right here, he can see me. Everywhere right here, he can see me. I want this free room to not be shot at. So I killed him first. Then I came over here and killed this dude. If I'd done it the other way, so I said I could do either or, but the one I did was slightly more efficient because I have all this room. The other way would have been kill this dude, right, the first one, and then go to this dude. And then take this dude last. The reason that's slightly less efficient, not really that much, but slightly less efficient, is because now when I'm fighting this dude, I now still have to worry about all of this room. I have to play this close. Right, I have to play this. Ooh, you could really see the V-Sync off right now. Jeez. But I have to play this close. Because otherwise this dude's gonna try to shoot at me, right? I have to stay right here where he can't see me. Which means I have less breathing room off of this dude right here. So if he had a shotgun, he'd have fucked me. If it wasn't a terrorist. Terrorists suck, but you know what I mean. And also, it's just better to play long angles because you can see more, right? So if I'm right here, if I'm close to the wall, I can only see, you know, this much of this stairwell, right? As opposed to if I, you know, backed up, you know, now I can see that much. Which once he's already in the doorway, I don't need to see the top of the doorway because I can either shoot his feet or he's gonna come down and I can shoot him in the head, right? But you see, I have all this room. Now I can see more. Also, generally speaking, I think I already showed you this, but I'll show you again. Let's say I'm peeking this doorway. This is the worst thing. Like, this is bad. In this specific case, it's alright. It's still not optimal, but it's okay. So you're not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna yell at you or anything. Oh, I won't yell at you, period, but you know what I mean. Because I can't see any of this. Any of it. Right? I can still see through the doorway, which is what I'm intending to see through. But I can't see anything past this little thing right here. Right? Whereas, if I backed up, I can see a little bit more. I can still see what I'm doing. Or if I backed up this way, you know. However, my body is less exposed. Let's say someone did peek from right here specifically. Right here. Where I was holding an angle, if I'm really close to this wall, he's gonna have an easier time shooting me than if I'm all the way back here. He's gonna have a way easier time shooting me, right? And that is another thing that you need to pay attention to. Those angles, playing it close to the wall versus, you know, back here, that's something you want to pay attention to as well, because sometimes you're gonna want to play it close to the wall, depending on how far you are from the person and what sight you have. I have ACOG right here, so I can easily shoot this dude right here. Like, this is a very clear sight of this doorway, because I have this 2.5 zoomed in scope, right? Now, I've been playing the game long enough to where I'm comfortable with an ACOG from this far. But let's say he has an ACOG, and I have a holo. If he has this sight, 2.5 zoom, right? And I have this one. He's over there, right? He's right there. I'm over here. Since he has an ACOG, I'm going to want to unexpose myself, right? He can no longer see me. Push up. And then pre-fire him. Right? I'm going to want to, you know, or shoot him, you know. Because now, whether he has the same amount of shot to kill me as he did before or not, I now have a greater chance at killing him because I'm closer. And with a holographic sight, which is a 1.0 zoom, or 1.25, whatever, I think in this game it's a 1.0. It doesn't zoom in at all. I can see this, I can see him clearly right there than I can if I was over here. And with this gun specifically, a fair amount of recoil and only 17 bullets, I want to, you know, be able to hit my shots. It's important. So yeah, that's why, like, in real life situation or real game situations, let's say there was a dude I'm gonna break this real quick. So there's a dude behind that thing. This little scissor lift. This scissor lift. Let's say there's a dude out there with an ACOG scope. This one right here. With this 2.5 scope. Right, he was right behind that scissor lift. Peeking this, you know, looking at this. And I'm all the way over here. And I have a holographic sight. And I go, oh shoot, there's a dude there, he's just shot at me. What I want to do is I want to, if I'm going to push him, I can decide not to push him, but if I am going to push him, then I can be like, okay, keep unexposing myself, get closer. Right? I can see a little better now because I have a holographic sight, just a wee bit. If I can, I'm going to want to unexpose myself. I'm going to have to expose myself for a split second, but that's how it works when you're pushing someone. You might have to put yourself at risk. Push even closer. And then, you know, now I can see him much better. Look at that. You can see that much better than all the way over here. Right? You know? Also, or if you're a god, and if you're this good, then you're already gonna know all these things. Or you're just a god and you can just all the way from over here. But if you're that good, or you could just shoot someone from that far with a holographic sight easily, when you're at a disadvantage, then I don't need to be telling you this. So, I am telling you this. Either way. Now, onto the operator. Since I said that this was a fairly simple operator, he has 2 grenades. Right? 2 grenades. And then a sledgehammer. That breaks things in case you're at formation. So, if you need a hole, bam. If you need a break, barbed wire, bam. If you want to break a barricade, bam. If you want to kill a person, you find a person. If you want to kill a person, bam, right? I hate you so much, 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 I hate you so much. I hate you so much. You hurt me a lot. Ay, 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 ay. Yo, what? Also, sledge is really good for vertical play. Vertical play meaning if you want to go above or below the people instead of, you know, it's making the game 3D as opposed to 2D, right? So if someone's on the first floor and I don't want to engage him or can't engage him from the first floor as well, I can go on the basement in the garage, like below in the basement or the whatever, right? Or I can go to the second floor. Right? Sledge specifically, this dude specifically cannot engage or make holes in the floor with his gadget from below. You can't reach the roof. You know, if you know, this is, you know, I can't reach the... Yo, what? Hold on a second. Let me try something. Give me 1 second. Okay. I hate you, game. Why are you inconsistent like this? So you can't, and this is, I think this applies for every map. Maybe if I big brain this, hold on. Maybe if I, can you even, you can't even vault when you have this thing up. Hold on. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can't vault while you have this up. You can't pull this out when you're vaulting. Makes sense. Because then you just, let's say there's a dude behind there, you just be able to, from just while you're vaulting, just bang, but with the sledgehammer. That'd be humiliating. If you want to humiliate people, use the sledgehammer. How dare you leave little, I hate you so much. That sounds very satisfying. It is mostly unlimited, but not completely. As you can see, down towards the middle right next to my compass, I have a tiny little yellow bar that shows how much I have left. But I mean, in game, you're very, very rarely ever gonna run into a point where you're gonna have time or actually take the time to hit anything that much to where you're gonna run out. So in game, you're pretty much effectively unlimited. Alright, so sledge can only go from above down to below, right? If you could reach this floor, I could kill the people below. This floor specifically, not all floors are breachable. Not all walls are bangable. Or wall bangable, right? So you can't shoot through this wall right here. See? No bullet hole on the other side. This hole, however, you can see through the bullet hole. You can see through the bullet hole. See? That curve. I hate you so much.
Buck, if you want to go from below and shoot them, shoot them from below, like if someone's on the first floor and you want to go to the basement and shoot them from below, then you would grab Buck because he has a skeleton key shotgun that can go from below or above. See the difference between Buck and Sledge. So you might ask, why would anybody ever choose Sledge over Buck in terms of his gadget if Buck can go from below or above and Sledge can only go from above? Right? That would be a valid question. In terms of vertical play, Buck is faster, it's more efficient, so he can make more holes easier and faster. This thing, shotgun. And he can even easily, you could use it as a shotgun to kill people, although it's not very effective. You can do it. No. However, Buck is more limited, as you can see in the bottom right corner. I only have 21 bullets of this entirely. Also, Sledge can destroy other things that Buck cannot. So, you can't shoot barbed wire with this. If there's a barbed wire, you can't shoot it and destroy the barbed wire with this, while Sledge, you could hit it with your sledgehammer. Also, you can, if there's a castle barricade, which is Castle is an operator and he has a special barricade that you can't shoot through. You have to destroy it with like explosive, or punching it a shit ton of times, or sledgehammering it. So Buck cannot shoot the castles down. So there's a few advantages to having Sledge. If you're already from above, specifically from above, then you want Sledge because he can do, or you might want both. I don't know. That depends on if you want a lot of destruction or fast destruction. Sledge can bring more, but he's slower.
less efficient because you have to pull out the sledgehammer every time, and it only makes that one square every time. While Buck can just, see, now this whole thing's broken really quickly. Can't shoot barbed wire. You have to punch it. Now in terms of overall, like I said, Sledge can hit down castle barricades. Buck cannot shoot castle barricades. And then also another thing that makes some people prefer Sledge over Buck is his loadout. Just his loadout, meaning his weapon choice, his secondary gadget, which is this, nades, flashbangs, barbed wire if you're on defense, that kind of stuff. Those are the secondary gadgets. They both have nades. However, Buck's gun, while I prefer it, I really love this gun, has a lot more recoil. That's Sledge's gun. It's a lot harder to control. It's a lot harder to control. Okay. Also, on top of that, Buck only has this pistol. That's the only secondary option he has. Some operators have 2 secondary options, some have 1. This happens, Buck only has 1, and this is it. Just a pistol. Sledge, on the other hand, has a pistol, and that tiny little submachine gun you saw me using. And when you get good in this game, if you ever use the pistol over the SMG-11, you're a beginner, so if you can't control the SMG-11's recoil or something, then I understand. You're also first-person shooters in general, so I'm not gonna have lenience on you. I'm not gonna yell at you for shit because you're new. Also, you're new to first-person shooters in general. So oh, that's all? Oh shit. So you don't know or may not know what it's like to control recoil. It's yeah. Should I explain that? Anyways, I'll explain it just for a split second. Controlling recoil. So when you shoot without controlling recoil, your screen goes up, like you saw. I was shooting, my gun was making making me look up because the gun was going up, right? Recoil. Ta-da! Right. When you control recoil, you literally look down, like you pull down on your thumbstick or your mouse. You look down slowly, just a little bit, not all the way. You don't want to flick down. Just look down slowly, and how much you look down varies on different weapons. Some guns have more recoil, some have less. So you pull down varying amounts depending on the gun. Literally look down to stabilize, to counteract the fact that it would look up. But I don't think I need to. I think I just, yeah. You said that you've never played a first-person shooter in your entire life, bruh. You literally told me that. You literally said, I've never played a first-person shooter, so... Like, that's what you said. When we were talking about the frames per second, you were like, you never need more than 60. Bruh, you literally... Maybe you didn't. Maybe I misheard you. I must have misheard you or be misremember. I must be, bro. I actually don't know where. I must have misheard you, bro. There's no way, because you're right. That's actually just not true. Maybe hardcore? Like, maybe you've never played COD. I have no clue. You've played Unturned, Minecraft, but they're not necessarily shooters. They're just first-person games. You shoot people in Unturned, but... Oh, yeah, TF2. I forgot you played TF2. Bruh. I'm just dumb. I am just dumb. But wait, if I remember correctly, oh yeah, TF2. Can you play third person? You can play third person or first person in TF2. Huh? I've played it before, but I don't remember. It's been a long time.
You can play third person or first person. I'm pretty sure you can play third or if you want to get really specific, it's second person. But it's so fucking stupid. So I remember when it was a huge, like, people would make a huge deal where it was, like, at least in my experience, people would make a huge deal. It's considered second person because you can't see their entire body. You can only see from the bottom of their torso up. I hated that. It was so annoying. Bro, if your camera's not in your person's face, it's fucking third person. Shut up. Or top down or whatever, you know. Fuck you. I don't even know if that's correct. Looking back and knowing literary, like, that just doesn't make sense. Second person being you can't see their entire, but that just doesn't make sense. No wonder nobody argues that anymore. Maybe it was just one person. I'm just I'm just remembering wrong. Maybe only one person. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. I mean, yeah, but that's like you're playing through someone else's eyes. That's a second person game would never exist. Second person would it exist? No, because you never play as or the camera in another person and then you moving. That'd be so weird. Oh shit! I don't know if it's second person. Yeah, that's what it would be if you're going by literary laws or just not even literary, just law, like just the definition of second person. That'd be so weird. I like first person. Me likey first person. Third person games aren't like just inherently worse though. There's some third person games. There's a Why is Sledge harder than Ash? Because it takes longer, quote unquote, to do each one, right? So every time you wanna, well, okay, sort of. Okay, let me explain this. Right. So Ash charges, you only have two. It's a very simple number. Sledge, you have unlimited. Very simple number, right? The difference between Ash is Ash. It's like because she only has two, it's easier to keep track of them. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to keep track per se of how many uses you have left. But once you run out, you don't have to worry about your gadget anymore at all. It does not even have to cross your mind, right? Like someone asks you to blow something up. Sorry, no, I don't have any more, right? You just don't worry about it, which makes it simpler. Not necessarily better, but simpler. Um, and since you only have two, once you run out, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Also, Sledge, when you play Sledge, you're most likely bringing Sledge so that you can. Yeah, okay, I'll answer that in a second. Um, you're most likely gonna bring Sledge so that you can go from above. You know, Ash, yeah, you can, but it's not like Ash isn't just you know, you know, her role is slightly different. So Sledge is a breacher slash fragger. So there's okay. So there's three general, like, this is very very vague and oversimplified, but it's good to explain like to a beginner. There's three main roles as an attacker and as a defender that each operator fits into, right? There's on defense, there's information. There's an information op, right? There's a fragging op, and then there's like denial, I guess you could say, or trap. There's trap. I guess there might be more than three. No, denial can still be usually fragger. that's why it's an over. Okay, this is grossly oversimplified, but I'm gonna continue going with it. Right? There's fragger, and you know what fragger means. Fragger means killer. The word frag means kill. So yeah, fragger, information op, or frag op, information op, and trap op. Op being operator. You know, whatever. There's traps, which they have traps. You know, they place down traps. You know, that kind of shit, right? There's fraggers. Their main job, while they do have other things that they can do, their main job is to kill people. Information op. Well, every operator can kill people, by the way. If you didn't already, I don't know why. I'm so dumb. You knew that. Information ops are made for gaining information. Self-explanatory, right? On attack, there is breacher. That, and I'll get back to the breacher in a second, but there's two categories within the breacher. There's breacher, fragger, and information slash support. And that's like, it's very, that's why even on attack it's even harder. It's even more of an oversimplification, because there's flank watch, there's support, there's hard breach, there's frag, you know, and a lot of them overlap. So like Sledge would be a breacher slash fragger. He's meant for both. You know, he breaches things, but in terms of his overall role, not just his gadget role, he's a fragger. So yes, Ashe, while she can breach because of her gadget, her primary thing is also fragging. Same with Buck. Typically, with soft breaching operators, or breaching operators, their main role is to frag, which means, you know, they're fraggers. Then there's hard breachers, which are, there's only 3 of them. There's Thermite, Hibana, and Maverick. Right? Hard breachers are just operators that can breach reinforced walls. So, reinforced walls are when you go up to a soft wall, which is any soft wall. A soft wall is just a wall that you can shoot through, destroy, whatever, right? When you go up to a soft wall, you hold on PC, I think it's F. You hold the action button, and you reinforce the wall. You know, it's just a mechanic in the game. So, they, I don't know why I'm treating you like a baby. You've seen me play before. Fuck, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be insulting, by the way. So yeah, they can destroy, and then there's quote unquote support, which is operators that are usually used to deny the other team things. So like Thatcher, for example, he's support op, and usually you'd put, that's okay. Support is more of a role that you put on a person playing an op, not the op themselves. But there are some ops that you would put into the support category. However, that's again more of a person role than it is the operator role. And by person, I mean like the actual physical human being playing the game. So Thatcher would be a denial, right? He denies the other team things. Thatcher, I'll run this up real quick, show you Thatcher real quick, because he's very important. He has EMP grenades that he throws at things, or whatever, and they destroy electronics, like an EMP grenade does. So he is, you know, this is Thermite, this is Hibana, this is Maverick, this is Thatcher, right? Hard breachers are generally put in the support role when it comes to people. So when you're talking about a person and their role on a team, on the 5-stack team, right? You might say this: you're a fragger. You go play Ashe or whatever, and then you'll be like, your support, you go play Thermite, or your hard breach, go play Thermite. Some teams specify, some people don't. It just depends on how specific you want to be. If you say hard breach, it generally
support because you're helping your other teammates do stuff while also hard breaching. And then there's Thatcher, which is hard support, which is throw EMP grenades. And you help them, you destroy electronics, which generally helps. I like that it actually does things in the real world, quote unquote, in the environment. Like it actually turns off these lights. Thatcher usually helps the hard breachers open walls, or open hatches, or open reinforcements. So right, so I actually personally, and for some reason, for a few reasons, I know the reasons, but whatever. I'm really good at killing people with Thatcher, and that is because his gadget is very simple, and I don't have to worry about it too much. I throw the EMP, and once I'm out, I can just run around shooting people because I don't have to worry about my gadget whatsoever after that, right? If you still have your gadget as Thatcher, you do not want to be running in there trying to kill people. Because if you die, your teammates can no longer get use out of your EMP grenades. If you still had some. If you didn't have any, then you have no EMP grenades to offer them anyways, obviously. Also, another reason I'm fragging with Thatcher is I have a gun. Like, he's so... After he uses his gadget, he is probably one of the simplest operators in the game. You just have a gun and you shoot them. Like, that's literally it. Look, I have no more EMP grenades. Oh, well, yeah, here, I have a claymore. Ooh, you know. Usually that's down by the beginning of the round anyways, because you want to cover a run out. So I literally have nothing. I have drones. That's information. Right? I use my drones, get information. I go, and I kill them. I have a gun, shoot them. Whilst... And Thatcher does not have the ability, like the other SAS operators do, to have the SMG-11. He only has this pistol, the P226 K25. Which means I don't have to worry about if there's a dude around this corner, right? I don't have to worry about, hey, should I push him with my SMG-11, which is good up in close range, or with my L85, which is what this gun is called, because it's more accurate and has more bullets. I was shooting the shield. I was shooting him. I was shooting. You saw that blood. I was shooting the shield at first. Like Sledge. Sledge has the SMG-11. He has frags. You know, you don't have to worry about, hey, should I throw a frag grenade at him? Hey, should I pull out my SMG-11 for this gunfight? You know, you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to think hardly at all. You just run in there and shoot them. And that's where Ash Jaeger mains come in. The term Ash Jaeger basically means that you're brainless, right? You have no smarts, typically. Either that, usually it's a combination of the two, or one or the other. So, you have no brains, or you are just really good at fucking running and gunning. You're just really fucking good at shooting people. So yeah. The reason it's Ash Jaeger is because those are the operators that are used. They're both 3 speeds, which means they're both really fast. They both have really good guns, and you just, you know, they're the staple of fraggers, you know,
when you think fragging up on defense, the first thing, or one of the first things that you think is Jaeger. When you think fragging up on attack, one of the first things, if not the first thing that you think, is Ash. Right? That might not be what you want in every situation. However, they are like the staple, they're like the front, they're like the head, they're like the face of fragging operators. So yeah. Agree. Wait, you said agree 12 minutes ago. What do you agree with? I don't know if you were agreeing with something I said. I'm dumb? Are you agreeing with me saying I'm dumb? Fuck you. Just kidding. I can't think of any other. I mean, I'm flowing a lot of it. Every time I talk, I'm just flowing a shit ton of information at you that at the moment is just kind of floating there. You might forget it. You can't attach it or apply it to anything until you play the game. So, like, you're just kind of putting it in your brain. This is Ash 2.0 right here. Zofia. Person I was using earlier in ranked. Capitao. Hibana. Here we go. So, we'll go over the different kinds of hard breachers because they're important to know. There's only 3 hard breachers, and they all do a different kind of hard breaching. They all break through or breach hard walls or reinforced walls. All of them do that, but they do them in different ways and to different degrees. Right, so
Hibana, which is the one I'm playing right now. She has X-Kairos pellets. She has 3 of them. So she has 3 X-Kairos pellets. Oh, I died. I need to run that back. I need to run that back and just go to the garage and show you the garage. That gun is such a laser. I love that gun. Alright. Let me just run it back real quick. So it's Thatcher, Hibana, and Maverick. Hibana. So, the basic gist is Thatcher is meant for breaching reinforced walls. Hibana is meant, these are like generally, they can do each other's roles for the most part. However, that Thermite is mostly meant for getting the walls. Hibana is mostly meant for getting the hatches. Maverick is meant for... he has a very specific role, and it's meant mostly for making line of sight. He has a little flame torch. There's a torch that he burns through the reinforcement, and he just goes, you know, and there's a little circle, you know, or he can and make a line, but it's a very small line. It's just to see through. The problem with Maverick is he has no counter right now. You can't stop Maverick from burning the thing. You can stop Thermite and Hibana from getting the wall. So here's what it looks like to get the wall. So she has 3 pellets, you can see in the bottom right. She has 3 sets of pellets. 6 pellets each. Right? Makes a little crouch hole. Right? It's a hole. I can go through it. I can't run through it. It's not very big. I can crouch through it. So, see, she can get walls. And if that was reinforced, she could still get it, because she's a hard breacher. Right? However, she's more efficient on the hatches. So usually you do it from above, because doing it from below is retarded. usually. But I'm gonna do it from below anyways, just because I think it looks cool. And it's interesting, the fact that she can get them from below. It's just, you never know to do it. Alright, see? Gets one whole hatch. One whole set gets one whole hatch, which means you can get 3 whole hatches. Or you can, you know, make smaller holes in the walls and get less hatches, right? Thermite is mainly meant for getting walls, because he has 2 large thermite charges that he places on walls or hatches. He only has 2 of them, right? So he can either get a wall and make a big asshole in it, make it easier to go through than you know, that small little hole, because it makes like a huge asshole. If you were to place it in the same place where I placed that, it'd make it like right, like that big, maybe bigger. Huge. Right? But if you were to get hatches, you can only get 2 of them. Hibana can get walls, but she makes smaller holes. In order to make a hole that you can walk through, just straight walk through, you'd have to use all 3, and you can't get any hatches. Thermite, you know. If you want to get both walls and hatches, I would say Thermite's better for it, because he can make 1 big hole and get 1 hatch. Hibana can make 1 very small and 2 hatches, or 1 medium hole, like small to medium hole, and get 1 hatch. Or she can get 1 medium to big, or medium to big hole, and 0 hatches. These are hatches, by the way. These little squares, those are hatches. Maverick, if you use his gadget 100% efficiently, which is very hard to do, you need to practice a lot with it in order to do this, you can get, see, this is a reinforced hatch. This is what a reinforced hatch looks like. You can get 2 hatches by burning the edges and stuff. But you gotta be really good in order to get 2, because you barely have enough. Most people can only get 1 because they don't have enough practice. Or you can, you know, make tiny little holes, you know, just, you know, burn a little bit. You know, there's a little hole now. Boom. You can use that. You can burn the edges of the hatch and get the hatches. You can make a small line of sight hole. You can make a small to medium hole where you can lay through, or like crawl through, or crouch walk through, or whatever. Usually the role of Maverick is to just deny the bandit trick, to enable, basically to enable Thermite to get the hole, to get the wall. Right?
That gun is amazing, by the way. Type 89. Because Maverick, when you make a hole, so when you make a hole in a reinforcement, you can't undo it by any means. You can't reinforce the wall again. You can't counter the, you know, there's counters to keep them from even getting the wall in the first place. And then there's, you know, that's how you would counter it. You can't counter it after it's done, you know. So yeah, Maverick usually make like a line at the bottom so you can shoot the bandit while he's putting down the bandit charge, or you can just shoot the bandit charge. But that's getting into more complicated stuff that you'll see when we play together. Talking about Siege, making me want to hurry up and build my PC. I was kind of chilling and like okay with putting it on the back burner if I needed to for my car, but now I'm like, oh, I really don't want to put it on the back burner. I really want to make it now. Bro, if I got exactly 2052 XP like I just did, if I played one more and gotten exactly, I would be exactly 1 XP off from leveling up. That's crazy. Look at that number. It's insane. Yeah, 35,999. Jeez, that's crazy. Because we don't know if the problem is like super urgent or if it's something that could just wait. Like it might not be a big problem. It might be, I don't know. No, I know that there is a problem, but we don't know how bad it is. Like how urgent it is. You know? It might be able to wait. It might not. The only reason we don't know is because we need to do a little bit of tinkering and fix a few things. You know? Just so we can tell. My dad estimated that it would cost about $600 to have it done. And so, okay, let me just point this out. This is the reason why I said I might be able to do both. So, let's. Yeah, he's pretty car savvy. um, but it's something that we would rather just pay for than do ourselves because it's like it would take a lot of time and effort, and you know, pay an extra $400 or $500 just to have the mechanics do it, right? What do you mean ask him? This is all coming from him, bruh. I'm not gonna. I don't know this. He told me this. He was like, "Okay, this is the deal with your car." I don't know if I know enough about cars to just diagnose my own car. Okay, so basically, um, the reason I said I might be able to do both, now it's coming from my dad, is because we haven't specifically called the mechanic and say, "Hey, how much would this, particular fix cost?" Um, is the first thing. Secondly, if it does, depending on how much it costs, I might be able to fit that and the PC in. The reason why, like, if it costs as much as we think it does, then I can fit in both. However, I'm not going to have that much money for, like, gas and, maybe, other things until I get my next check. And I don't want to be running off of 2 cents. I need money for gas and shit until my next check. Right? See? But if it costs a low enough amount, then I can, go ahead and build the PC and get my car fixed and still have enough to run, gas and stuff until, yeah. So, actually, I'm running the numbers right now. So let's say the thing costs, or I'm gonna do a base number of 600, right? $600 for the car to fix the car. The PC. Alright, so I get 11. Oh yeah, I was thinking that's an extra $160 I wasn't counting for. Okay, actually, let me check my bank account right now, literally on my phone. I'm running the numbers right now because I want to know. I haven't run the numbers in my head, like, very, very vaguely. So 300, what the fuck? Thought I had more than that. Well, so 533, 633. So 633. A few ones. So 35, 635, 715. 1800 and 75. I'm estimating, by the way. This is like not the exact numbers. So 1875. Let's say the thing costs $600 to fix the car. Let me
go back on Amazon real quick. So $600 to fix the car. Say 600 to fix the car. Right, and then I need this. So there's that. 484, 495, 600, 700, and okay, okay, hold on. So 484, 485, 495. $600, so that's 495, just round up to 500, 715, plus it's 800. Oof. Okay, so to get most of the base parts that I would need, not including Windows 10 or a desk, still I would need to spend that much. I have 475 left. And then I would also have to, okay. Yeah. The most likely turn of events is, I don't know. I don't know because I don't know the likelihood that what me and my dad are going to do to my car will fix it enough to where I don't need to get the car fixed right now at the mechanic. Because we're going to do a little bit of stuff. We're really at least going to look at it. And then we'll decide. But I don't know. I don't want to prioritize my car just because I really want to build my PC, but I might have to. Because, you know, it's my car. I need a car. By running those numbers, I would be able to buy everything, but it'd be a really tight squeeze until my next check. I'd be like only getting gas. I would not be able to pay for anything until my next check, and even then I might need to borrow some money from my dad. And I wouldn't, that's not even accounting for paying him back for the mic. Fuck. Yeah, it's tough. Nah, bro. I mean, I might, if you really want me to build my PC now, or as soon as possible, then I can pay you later, but I'm not going to just not pay you at all. Fuck you. Or, I mean, thank you. He said, bro, just don't pay me. Merry Christmas. I mean, I guess. That's something that I'll be like, I'll probably still pay you on later. Pay you later. Just cause. Merry Christmas, you know? And I still need to buy Siege, but that's like 20 bucks, I think.
Yeah, but we'll see, because I didn't get you a Christmas gift, so like my Christmas gift might be just, you know, negating that. My Christmas gift for you might be just pay you back. Yep. We'll see. The car, man, the fucking car. I'm really hoping that fixing the car can wait. Really hoping that fixing the car can wait. I'm trying to get the PC as soon as possible. And this sounds really bad, but just hear me out. I'm trying to push back getting a job as far as possible. I don't want to get a job for as long as I can because I want to get. When am I waking up tomorrow? I have no clue. Um, I've been getting out of bed at like noon, but I can't get out of bed earlier. Um, because I want to get the mouse and key really down, and I want to really grind on PC hard because I want to go pro. And if I have a job and I'm going to school, I'm not going to be able to put nearly as much time into my efforts of going pro. When is D&D tomorrow? They said 2, so we're shooting for 2, and then I might just be a little bit late, but I'll let you guys know. You guys can still meet up and everything, but that's just if I'm late. If I'm not, then it's 2. Bro, I miss talking to you. Holy shit. Because I can actually just say things in such a simple way and you'll understand. Like, you just understand, bro. It's literally just like, if I'm not late, it's 2. If I'm late, then I'm late. But if I'm not late, it's just 2. Like, that's such a simple way of saying it. I've been talking to people recently that are just, like, on PlayStation, if I have to explain something, or, like, just other people in general, if I have to explain something, I can't just say, it's literally just this. Down to go to Best Buy with your dad tomorrow. What time in the morning? Are you for sure going? You're just asking me if I want to go with you. It's like down the street from my house, kinda. Oh, you know what I'm down to do? I think this is what you're thinking. I think we're thinking the same thing. I wake up extra early, get the rest of my preparation done, and then you, depending on what time you and I would go to Best Buy, go get the mic, go back to your place, chill for a bit, talk about the podcast, talk about D&D, or just do stuff, and then just go to D&D from there, from your house. Is that what you're thinking? And maybe if Adriat can and is down, we can get Adriat to go to your house before D&D too, so we can start setting things up with him, if we want to, of course. That would just be mostly to just figure out the mic and how it works and how it would record and the process of all that, but that might be a later time thing, I'm not sure. I don't know how simple the mic is or how much we're going to want to deal with the mic like right after we buy it. Dude, I'm so down to do that. However, when you talk about going to Best Buy with you and your dad, are you talking like you come to my house, pick me up, we go to Best Buy, which is basically down the street, then you drop me back off at my house? Because I need to take my dad's car. I can't take my car right now because I don't want to fuck up the engine from loss of oil. It has to do with why we need to fix it. Take my dad's car. Okay, that works. Pick me up here, go to Best Buy, then come back. I can literally time it. I can time it so that I can already be ready. So we go to Best Buy.
We come back, and if you want, you can even go, like, you can just be in the car with me when we go to your house. Like, I'll take you back to your house. Like, right after we get, like, you know? Carpool. Because I'd literally be going to your house at the same time as you'd be going to my house. Except I just need to take my own car. The only difference is I just wouldn't be able to go straight to your house with you after Best Buy. Because I need to take my car. That's literally the only reason. Because I need to take a car so that I have a ride back home afterwards. Like, so I can drive myself back after D&D. Okay. This, right here. This is what I'm saying. Timing. I'm not talking about timing. I'm just talking about just the order of things, right? You come here. Like, you and your dad come here to my house. Pick me up. We go to Best Buy. Then, you, after Best Buy, you and your dad come back to my house, drop me off to pick up so that I can get a car. And then literally immediately, I will just drive to your house. Or, if you want, your dad can just drop you off at my house. And that's it for him. And then you and I can just go to Best Buy together. And then to your house straight after Best Buy. I like the second one. It's simpler. You'd rather me not have to take my own car to D&D at all? Like, just, I go with you the whole time? Is that what you're saying? Like, literally the whole time? To back to Best Buy, to your house, to D&D, and back to my own house? Is that less gas? Are you talking about less gas for me? Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, that works for me. If you're willing to, and if your parents are okay with that. I don't know. Alright. Now, next question. What time? Okay. If your parents are down, then sick. What time? Because we can just go straight to your house after Best Buy. I'll just make sure to be ready. Just tell me what time to be ready. I'll make sure. And oh, I'm still streaming. Yeah, cause oh yeah, that's how you hear me. Duh. Okay. So if I want, so if D&D's, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go from the front to the back. If D&D's at 2, how much time are we gonna want to mess with the mic and all that? Maybe 2 or 3 hours? 3 hours? Let's say 3 hours so that we can also have a little bit of time in there to chill. I think 3 hours is good. So what we can do is you can pick me up at 11. If you want. I'm just suggesting stuff. You pick me up at 11. We go to Best Buy. Then to your house. Chill until 2. Or around 2. Go to Edgar's house. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm the crunch one, but at the same time, I want to know how much time you want to deal with the mic and the podcast and just talking and stuff like that. Like, does about 3 hours sound good? I mean, after everything, it'll probably be about 2 hours. Just because, going to Best Buy and stuff. This works for me. I like this. I like this. Okay. This is what I'm thinking. You pick me up at 11. Or around 11, whatever. You know, it doesn't have to be 11 on the dot. It has to be 11 on the dot. Anyways. Alright. I'd rather 3 hours than 1. I would rather 3 hours than 1. I don't know, I just repeated myself. I guess I was gonna reword myself and I just didn't because that was the most efficient way to say it, I guess. Alright, this is what I'm thinking. And I think this works for you because you literally have said that's up to me like 5 times. You pick me up at 11 on the dot. It has to be on the dot, otherwise I'm not going. No, I'm kidding. Pick me up at 11. We go to Best Buy. After Best Buy, we go to your house. Chill there until around 2. Go to Edgar's house at around 2. Play D&D until D&D is over. Then when D&D is over, you take me back to my house. Thumbs up? Does that work? We good? Timing work? You cool with that? Bubs? Alright, sick. And your parents are cool with that timing? I know that your parents, but I still want, like, your parents are cool with pretty much everything, but I don't want to, I don't want to just assume. Yeah. Courteous people. Yo, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'm so excited. So excited. So excited. So excited. Yo, this is great. This D&D game is, I can already tell it's gonna be good. The main reason I can tell it's gonna be good is because, as far as I can tell, everybody there is cool and fun and cares about roleplay. And to me, the better the roleplay, the more fun. I mean, there's other things that contribute to the fun, but roleplay is one of the best ones. The better the roleplay, the more fun. Okay. Have I ever been in a car ride with your dad before? Oh, that's interesting. I have to have been sometime. At some point, I've been in the car with you and your dad. There's no way I've never been in a car ride with your dad. Is there? Yeah, probably. Either way, that's fine though. Even like it's like it's your mom, but that's like good. That's fine. It still works though, right? All right. Sick. Let's get it. Yes. All right. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna set an alarm for something, for a time that works for me, and then I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna make sure to wake up in time to have plenty of prep time. I'm gonna make sure to go to sleep early enough so that I can wake up and do prep and not be super tired. Probably go to sleep at like 1, wake up at 9, get a full 8 hours, get around 2 hours of prep in. Does 2 hours of prep, is that a lot? Like for you, is 2 hours of prep like a lot? I've only done mental prep. Hours of prep is a little bit, I'm guessing, or medium. A little bit to medium. Oh, okay. Well, I need to work on that. I need to make a lot of finer details. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what this session has. Let's see how this next session unfolds. I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be so exciting. I am excited. It is going to be fun. Alright. I'm gonna watch a little bit of Critical Role and think about this. Like, I'm gonna prep in my brain for a bit. Maybe even write some stuff down. I can see it in your face. Oh, good. Oh, shit, bro. I can hella see it in your face, bro. How exciting that is. How much so excitement. Alright. Oh, I'm sorry, puppy. Alright. Good night, bro.